Hello everyone. In the previous lecture, we were looking at the import license, right? So, in that case, we have already discussed the definition of import license in your notebook. We have written what is import license and for what type of drugs included in that, and we have seen that Schedule X, C, and C1 are the schedules for the import license is required, and in which forms the import license is granted, that we have already seen. On your screen you can see how I have highlighted the Schedule X, C, and C1, and I also highlighted Form 10 and 10A respectively. Means what? Schedule X is for Form 10, Schedule C and C1 is Form 10A. Is The license for this is granted in 10A. Then if the small quantities are required, then the license for the small quantities is given in the Form 11. That also we have discussed in the previous lecture. Okay. Now the conditions for the license also we have discussed. The first condition is it shall be used for the that particular purpose only for which the sample is imported. Then licenses shall allow the inspector to enter, and whatever the duties of inspectors are there, that duties of inspectors should be that a license should allow those inspector to perform those duties. And the third one is the license or the importer shall keep the records of quantities. Records of quantities means whatever amount he received, from that amount what functions he perform. Means if he has received the 50 grams of xyz drug, then if and he is using 2 gram for xyz analysis, 2 grams for other analysis, then he must include those quantities in that record. And also in addition to this record, he should mention the date, the name of the manufacturer, and it should he that licensee should report all these things to the licensing authority. This much we have seen. Now import of drug for personal use. Now we have seen the import of drugs for the analysis, test, and examination. Now what if we require the drug for the personal use, if it is any medicine but it is in the Schedule X or C and C1, but it is not manufactured in India and we required from the outside, then what are the requirements? So drugs may be imported even though the import of which is prohibited under section 10 of the act, right? But what are the conditions then? If the drug shall form the part of a passenger's bona fide baggage, means I am traveling from the United States or the UK, then if I have in my baggage certain drug which is prohibited under the act, but I have I have the prescription, or I have means I have the claim from some authoritative person that this medicine is needed for my personal use, that is exclusively for personal use, then I should means the authority should allow me to enter into the India with that particular drug. Okay, okay. This means it is for the personal use. Then the custom authority directs and declares that drug is for personal use. Means if I don't have any bona fide, any certificate, any authority, okay, but when I arrived to the airport and I showed custom that my file, doctor file or something, that customs thinks that it is authoritative, and if custom authority directs and declares that the drug is for personal use, then also it is allowed to import. Okay. And the third one is the condition. Third and important condition is, if the quantity of a single dose so imported shall not exceed 100 doses. Means पर्सनल यूज बोल के हम इतनी क्वांटिटी नहीं ला सकते जो उसके 100 स्मॉल डोजेस बन सकते हैं. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? इफ आई एम पर्सनल यूज के लिए बताकर हम अगर 1 kg ऑफ ड्रग लाएंगे कि ये मेरे पर्सनल यूज का है, तो वेदर द कस्टम अथॉरिटी विल अलाउ अस टू डू दिस? नो. सो दिस इज नॉट अलाउड. ओके. एंड even if the imported drug is not forming a part of passenger bona fide baggage, it may be permitted for its import after getting permission from licensing authority in form 12. Okay. In form 10 and 10A what we have seen, the Schedule X and C, Schedule X, C and C1 का जो लाइसेंस होता है वो उसमें दिया जाता है. फॉर्म 11 में क्या दिया जाता है, स्मॉल क्वांटिटीज के लिए जाता है. सो नाउ फॉर्म 12 में किसका लाइसेंसिंग दिया जाएगा, पर्सनल यूज के लिए. ओके, नाउ वी विल सी कंडीशंस फॉर द शेड्यूल एक्स एंड सी ड्रग्स, which are the bulk drugs. Okay, so what should be the conditions to import such drugs? Okay, so the manufacturer shall at all times observe the undertaking given by him in form 9. Now see, in form 9 the manufacturer should give the undertaking, or the manufacturer observe undertaking given by him, means मैन्युफैक्चरर जो भी है, जो भी इंपोर्ट कर रहा है, जिसको भी लाइसेंस दिया जाएगा, उसने सारी चीज़ें अंडरटेकिंग में जो भी कुछ लिख के दिया है, दैट शुड बी एंड मीन्स चेक्ड बाय द मैन्युफैक्चरर. ओके, वो कहाँ पे आएगा, किस फॉर्म में आएगा, इट शुड बी इन द फॉर्म 9. Okay, so we have seen, right up till now we have seen 5 forms, or the 4 forms, form 9, form 10, 10A, then 11 and 12. So 10, 10A is a one form, so total 5, and if we consider 10 is the in 10 is combined 10 and 10A, then the 4 forms. So form 9 is for the drugs, for the bulk drugs, means drugs which are in a quantity of bulk drugs, means more quantity, not for personal use and not for the examination or study. Okay, so this is for the manufacturing. So manufacturer should give a undertaking in form 9. Okay, then licensee shall allow inspector, same as that of before, means जहाँ पे भी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो रही है या फिर जो इम्पोर्टेड ड्रग स्टोर हो रहे हैं, वहाँ पे दैट इंस्पेक्टर कैन गो एनी टाइम एंड ही कैन इंस्पेक्ट एंड डू हिज ड्यूटी. ओके, so this is about the second conditions for the license for schedule C and schedule X drugs. Okay, then what is the third condition? The licensee shall not sell any drug if the licensing authority directs so. Suppose I have it is a bulk drug, but it is not for the examination, neither it is for the personal use, but suppose one of the major pharmaceutical company in India imported that bulk quantity of drug, but if they have ordered that drug for the different purpose, means they want to prepare something, or they want to study, they want to prepare some batches for the study, that's why they require the more drug, but it is not for the personal use, also not for the analysis and study. At that time the authorities will say, yes, you can import the drug, but you cannot sell the drug into the market. So they can import the drug, but they will not sell into the market. So the licensee shall not sell any drug if the licensing authority directs so. Okay, but they can still import those drugs for their use, okay, in a bulk quantity. Then the fourth is what, if licensee shall record, if authority says that the any individual batch is not complying the standard, or it is not complying with the prescribed standard, then the licensee shall recall the batch, right, means he shall recall the batch from the market. Okay, then along with the conditions for schedule C drugs, the licensee shall maintain followed particulars for schedule X drugs, means whatever the highlighted part is here, it is the additional things, means additional things to be maintained by the manufacturer. Okay, what it includes name of drugs, batch number, name and address of manufacturer, opening stock, date of transaction, quantity of drug received. Okay, then name of a purchaser with address and license number, balance quantity of a drug at the end of business, signature of a person under whose supervision the drug have been supplied. Okay, in that first 2-3 are very simple. Name of drug is simple, batch number, the batch number from manufacturer, name and address of manufacturer is also simple. Opening stock is nothing but when a business start, means when the import pack is opened, in the imported that packages or luggages are open, at that time what amount of drug is present in the particular pack, that should be mention. Date of transaction means when the money has given to the manufacturer, and all the dates means when that particular drug is arrived and when that stock is opened. Okay, then quantity of drug received is again uh, if the if any means what, quantity of drug received if any means what, sometime ऐसा हो सकता है कि that imported drug directly go to the some other place, not to the means I am a XYZ person and I have a import license, I have imported something, but I haven't received anything, but I have already given it to some other people. So the quantity received by me is nothing. I have as soon as I received, I have given to somebody else. So at that time the quantity received must be zero, but it is a very rare case. Many times it happens that anybody who is import that drug, it is for his industry use or something, so the quantity of drug received shall be something, okay, not zero. So name of purchaser with address and license. So next जो भी कुछ purchaser होगा उस drugs का, उनका address and the license number that should be mentioned. Means if I am a purchaser, I have imported, then my name, my address and my license number, that should be mentioned in that particular record. बैलेंस क्वांटिटी ऑफ ड्रग एट द एंड ऑफ बिजनेस. सपोज सब कुछ हमारा हो गया, जो भी हमारे बैचेस निकालने थे वो हो गए, सारे ड्रग का यूज़ हो गया, उसके बाद कुछ ड्रग बचा हमारे पास, क्योंकि हम एकदम थोड़ा थोड़ी इतना नहीं कभी भी इंपोर्ट करते हैं कि हमारा हमें अगर ज़्यादा लगा तो हमें वापस इंपोर्ट करना पड़े. हम थोड़ी सी क्वांटिटी कभी भी ज़्यादा ही ला के रखते हैं, तो इसके वजह से जो भी कुछ बचेगा दैट शुड बी मेंशन दैट yes we 1 kg of drug, 500 gram of drug is with us after performing all the actions prescribed in the license. Okay, देन सिग्नेचर ऑफ अ पर्सन अंडर हुज सुपरविजन. मीन्स सुपरवाइजर जो भी होगा उसके इसमें जो सप्लाई किया गया है एंड रिसीव हुआ है, उन सारे लोगों के सिग्नेचर्स वहाँ पे होने चाहिए. ओके, नेक्स्ट द इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट इज the licensing authority has a right to grant the license or cancel or suspend the license. A licensing authority, of course we know that it can give a license, but at the same time they have authority to cancel and suspend the licenses. And other people also, means any person who is aggravated with the decision of licensing authority may appeal to court of law within 3 months, whose decision will be final. Suppose I am a licensing authority, or I am a layman, or I am other person, XYZ is the licensing authority and he has given the license to ABC person, but I am thinking that remember, I am layman or I am a common man or I am a different person, third person, then and the XYZ authority has granted a license to ABC person for importing some drugs, but I am suppose I am a social worker and I think the importing of such drugs will be harmful to animals, will be harmful for something. So in that we will see in what cases the in what cases import shall not be granted. That is the some few things are there for if it is harming the environment, if it is harmful for the animal, all these things we are going to see. So I am thinking the one of the reason for the prohibition of the import of that particular drug is achieved by that import, then I will appeal to the court within the 3 months of the license, within the 3 months from the license is granted, and I will say into the court that yes, this law is infringing by the importing of this drug, and then the court will give its decision, and it may possible that the court will ask to licensing authority to change his decision and ban that particular drug for the import. Okay, means the layperson also have the work to do, and he can stop something from importing such drugs. Suppose somebody has now if we talk about the Russian COVID vaccine, anti-COVID vaccine, right? So if some XYZ company is asking for the permission to sell those vaccines in the India, but I am thinking that those vaccines are not useful also, and they will cause any harm to our society, and I have the proof, or I have something to tell, then I can go to the court and say that yes, ये जो कोविड वैक्सीन जो है that will be harmful for our society, and the court should not grant any permission, or court should ask licensing authority to ban the importing of that particular vaccine. ऐसा हो सकता है. So common public also can do this, but of course in the proving anything in the court against the licensing authority would be difficult. So only those people, those are experts in that particular drug, and they know everything about such things, those are experts, they can only do such things. Okay. Then now import of new drug. दिस इज़ द जितना भी मैंने अभी तक पढ़ाया वो आप नोटबुक में इम्पॉर्टेंट उसकी जो चीज़ें हैं वो लिख सकते हो, वीडियो पॉज कर सकते हो, ऊपर ये जो भी स्क्रीनशॉट्स लेके लिख सकते हो, कैसे भी, क्योंकि मैं आई एम डिक्टेटिंग वेरी फास्ट, बट वॉट एवर आई हैव हाईलाइटेड इज द रिक्वायर्ड थिंग्स. ओके, सो यू कैन एनी टाइम यू कैन विजिट द वीडियो एंड राइट इट डाउन इन योर नोटबुक. ऑल्दो वी हैव स्टार्टेड some in the last lecture, but I think I have given you also one definition of a import license. So from that, whatever you think is important and it could be asked in the examination, that you must write in your notebook. Although I have highlighted the important part, but you will find it many things I have highlighted, those are not as such important. So whatever you feel it is important, you must write. So you must remember what is the what exactly the procedure that to be followed for the importing of drugs. This is the basic idea. Okay, now now we will see the next point, import of new drugs. Okay, so those drugs whose composition is not recognized as safe by the experts will not be allowed to import. ये एक हो गया. उसके बाद the sanction of licensing authority will be required for the import of such new drugs. Obviously the कोई भी drug का if that new drug is not in the X and C and C1, then also the this thing is required, means the permission is required. If it is not in the X and C and C1, then also the permission is required, because it is a new drug. We never know in which category it is in which category it is coming. So, and the documentary evidences are also required to grant a permission regarding what documentary evidences regarding purity, quality, efficacy and strength of the drug. Here the purity, quality, efficacy and strength of the drugs, all the documentary evidences stating these four things should be given to the authority, then only authority will grant a license for import a new drug. Okay, in India, from where we can just see the on your screen, in India from where the drugs can be imported. So there are three ways, okay, to import the drugs. By railways, one is by railways from Pakistan and Bangladesh. The cities names are as this: Firozpur Cantonment, Amritsar railway station. Okay, and from Bangladesh it is Ranghat, Bongon and Moyasan. I think this railway station must be in the West Bengal or something. So from Bangladesh and from Pakistan by railway, at these railway stations the drug can be imported. Now by sea, where Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, Cochin, Vishakhapatnam. You can see here the names are old: Madras, Kolkata, Bombay, Cochin and Vishakhapatnam. But now name has changed. So write down here Chennai. मद्रास के जगह पे चेन्नई लिखना है, कलकत्ता के जगह पे कोलकाता लिखना है, बॉम्बे की जगह पे मुंबई लिखना है. Similarly by air, Madras, Kolkata, Mumbai, Delhi and Ahmedabad. So by sea, Madras, Kolkata, Bombay, Cochin and Vishakhapatnam, and by air, Madras, Kolkata, Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, Delhi and Ahmedabad. इन सारी जगह से बाय एयर, बाय सी, बाय रेलवे ड्रग का इंपोर्ट किया जाता है. बाकी अदर देन दिस, अगर कोई इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट भी है, अगर कोई यू नो दैट बाय सी भी आ रहा है दूसरी जगह पे, केरला में या फिर और बाय रेलवे कहीं से दूसरी जगह से आ रहा है, दैट also will not allowed. Okay, only these five things at these five places, not five, but on only these mentioned places the import of drug is allowed in India. Okay, now the next part is the classes of drugs which are prohibited. Okay, classes of drug which are prohibited for the import. Okay, so what are these? Adulterated, spurious, misbranded drugs. All the definition we have seen, you can check once again in your notebook back pages. What are adulterated drug, what are spurious drug, what are misbranded drugs. So and which are not of standard quality, so unka import ban hai. Okay, then patent and proprietary medicine of which formula is not disclosed. एब्सोल्युटली, हमने जो बोला कि न्यू ड्रग, सो जिसका फॉर्मूला ही हमें पता नहीं है, जिस जो पेटेंटेड प्रोडक्ट है जिसका, और प्रोप्राइटरी मेडिसिन है जिसका कुछ भी हमें पता नहीं है, वो कैसे हम अलाउ कर सकते हैं हमारे कंट्री में लाने के लिए? क्योंकि कोई भी कुछ भी ला सकता है और बता सकता है कि दिस इज़ यूजफुल एंड यू कैन इम्पोर्ट, बट ऐसा अलाउ नहीं है. देन ड्रग इम्पोर्टेड इन कॉन्ट्रावेंशन ऑफ द प्रोविजंस ऑफ द एक्ट, जो ड्रग एंड कॉस्मेटिक एक्ट है उसका अगर कोई उल्लंघन कर रहा है कोई ड्रग, तो उस वो भी ड्रग्स अलाउड नहीं है. देन एक्सपायर्ड ड्रग्स भी अलाउड नहीं है. देन ड्रग्स विच हैव नॉट क्लेम थेरापेटिक वैल्यू, वो भी अलाउड नहीं है. ड्रग्स विच आर लाइकली टू कॉज रिस्क और इंजरीज टू ह्यूमन बॉडी और एनिमल, वो भी अलाउड नहीं है. एंड यहाँ पे एक पॉइंट मिस हो गया, ड्रग्स विच मे क्लेम टू क्योर एनी ऑफ द डिसीज एज स्पेसिफाइड इन द शेड्यूल जे. If you remember, we have written already the schedules, different schedules. In that time, while writing the schedule J, we have written something. What does this mean? The schedule J is contain the list of diseases or the disorders against which the one cannot claim that the drug is the cure of XYZ disease. That XYZ disease, if it is the from schedule J, so means schedule J make list, schedule J is the list. Okay, in schedule J it contains a list. शेड्यूल जे ऐसी चीज़ों की लिस्ट है जो ड्रग्स, जो डिसीज़ और डिसऑर्डर्स है उनके लिए कोई क्योर नहीं है. मीन्स कोई वन कैनॉट क्लेम एज अ क्योर फॉर, वन कैनॉट क्लेम एज अ ट्रीटमेंट फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर डिसऑर्डर. सो अगर वो लिस्ट में से कोई ड्रग्स के, वो लिस्ट में से कोई डिसऑर्डर्स के या डिसीजेस के अगेंस्ट मीन्स उनका ट्रीटमेंट या फिर क्योर करके अगर कोई क्लेम कर रहा है, and drug, suppose a drug which may claim to cure any of the disease as specified in the schedule J, then it is not allowed. Okay, डेफिनेटली अगर हम कह रहे हैं कि ये सारे जो डिसीज एंड डिसऑर्डर्स हैं उनके लिए क्योर अवेलेबल नहीं है और उनके लिए कोई ये भी नहीं बोल सकता कि ये इट इज़ क्योरिंग. ओके, जैसे कि अभी मिस ब्रांडेड बोल सकते हैं हम, जैसे कि अभी जो कोविड का जो पतंजलि को बैन कर दिया, वो 2-3 इसमें गलत था, क्योंकि कोविड के लिए अभी तक कोई क्योर अवेलेबल नहीं है ऐसा हम बोल रहे हैं. तो वन कैनॉट क्लेम इट एज अ, although it is not, COVID is not in the schedule J, but still I'm talking just for the example. Means if the cure is not available and we have included that disease in the schedule J, then one cannot claim that any drug that could be a cure of the particular disease. Okay, if there are evidences, then that disease should be removed from the schedule J and then one can claim it. But okay, but until and unless the disease or disorder in the schedule J as prescribed in the schedule J, one cannot claim that XYZ drug is the cure or mitigation or the medicine or the treatment for the particular disease or disorders. Okay, so this is all about the classes of drugs which are prohibited for import in India. And the last one is drugs not intended for import. Means जो भी कुछ बचेगा इसमें, वो जो ड्रग्स है वो नॉट इंटेंडेड फॉर इम्पोर्ट. मीन्स इसके अलावा भी अगर कोई ऐसे ड्रग्स है जो दोज आर नॉट इंटेंडेड फॉर इम्पोर्ट, दैट विल बी प्रोहिबिटेड फ्रॉम द इम्पोर्ट. Now, duration of license. So import license is valid for how many years? It is valid for 3 years. But if I apply before the expiry of before expiry 3 months, if I apply 3 months before the expiry of my license, then my license will be continue for until the orders are passed, means जब तक कोई मुझे सस्पेंड नहीं करता मेरा लाइसेंस, या फिर कोई प्रोहिबिट नहीं करता, तब तक मेरा लाइसेंस आगे कंटिन्यू होता रहेगा अनटिल एंड अनलेस हर 3 इयर्स बाद मुझे वो रिन्यू कराना पड़ेगा। उसके 3 महीने पहले मुझे एप्लीकेशन करना पड़ेगा। ओके, एप्लीकेशन ऑफ फ्रेश रजिस्ट्रेशन इज मेड 3 months बिफोर द एक्सपायरी ऑफ एग्जिस्टिंग लाइसेंस। द करंट लाइसेंस शैल डीम टू कंटिन्यू in a force until orders are passed. Okay, so this is the duration of license. So this is all about import of the drug. Okay, we have seen 2, 3, 4, 5 parts of form 9 is for the normal bulk drug export. Form 10A is for the import of XX CC1. Then form 11 is for small quantities. Form 12 is for the personal use. Okay, so all these types of forms we have seen. We have seen the classes which are prohibited to import from in import in the India. Then where exactly where, what are the places where import is done. Okay, what are the conditions of the import of personal use, what are the conditions for import for the extra examination, what are the conditions for import for the bulk drug. Okay, all these things we have seen in this video. Okay, so make a short notes of import of drugs, include all the important things which I have revised right now, and write it down in your notebook. Pause the video wherever you require. Okay, thank you so much.